Hello everyone. In this video that I'm posting today, this is extracted from one of our actual class videos. And in this video lecture, I have explained this stars and bars algorithm and the advantages or applications of that. It has a lot of applications. Enjoy the video. All right. So the question is, we have to distribute five identical marbles into three boxes, right? See, although we have identical items, the assignment are into boxes, right? So boxes are distinct. Now, when boxes are distinct, first of all, which box matters, and even having an empty box is fine. It's those problems as we had in groups doesn't exist anymore because they're boxes now. Two things that you should be observing in this problem. Number one, since the items are identical, the only thing that matters is how many. And also, since the assignments are into boxes, which box holds how many items will matter as opposed to groups, isn't it? So if you think about boxes, the boxes are different to each other. So how each box is holding how many items actually matter. So we can take that perspective now, right? So how to take that perspective? So I've just drawn this figure to elaborate this example. What we'll do is, if I place these three boxes in a line, because we have three boxes, there will be two gaps in between them, and so two bars are sufficient in this particular example. Now let's try some arrangement of the five marbles with the two bars that we have. Okay, so we have the five marbles and the two bars. Let us try some arrangement between these items. Let's take this particular example itself. Now this arrangement itself is indicating it is on the left hand side of the first bar. You have five marbles, so five of these marbles goes into the blue box. There is no marble in between the two bars, and in between the two bars we have the green box, right? So the green box should be empty. Or on the right hand side of the second bar you have the red box and you do not find any marble here, so that indicates no marbles are going into the red box. So this arrangement itself is indicating that there are five marbles going into the blue box, no marble into the green box, no marble into the red box, right? So this itself is an arrangement. Let's look at another one. Now in this case we have three marbles on the left hand side of the first bar, so that is the blue box. There are two marbles in between the two bars, that is the green box, and there is no marble on the right hand side of the second bar, and that is the red box. So this arrangement is indicating there are three marbles in the blue box, two marbles in the green box, and no marble in the red box. Each of these arrangements are actually fine, right? Each of these assignments can be taken up, isn't it? Now let's look at one final one. There is one marble on the left hand side of the first bar, blue box, three marbles in between the two bars, green box, and one marble on the right hand side of the on the right hand side of the second bar, that is the red box. So this is the particular arrangement. The blue box has one marble, the green box has three marbles, and the red box has one marble. So each of these arrangements of the five marbles and the two bars are actually giving us all the ways we can distribute the five marbles into the three boxes, isn't it? So what is the number of arrangements? So now let us develop the final formula. So number of arrangements of these five identical marbles and two identical, this will be bars. So the five identical marbles and the two identical bars will be given by what? 7 factorial, total of 7 items, out of which 5 are identical and the 2 are identical. If you remember letter distribution that we discussed in the previous class, you'll understand this idea. Since the 5 marbles are identical to each other, so the arrangement between the marbles, among the marbles, doesn't matter. And the bars also are identical only, right? The partitions are indicating the bars. So whichever is the left bar on the left hand side of it, you will be having the blue box. It doesn't matter whether the second bar comes before the first bar, right? So the bars are also treated as identical in this particular example. So 7 factorial by 5 factorial, 2 factorial, that should be the answer. So if you look at the first of all, the 5 in the denominator in the 5 factorial, the 5 is what? The number of marbles that we have. The 2 in the denominator is the number of bars, right? But if you remember, the bars is something that we have developed. So where did the bars come from? As many boxes we have, one less than that will be the partitions. Each partition indicates a bar, isn't it? So the number of bars will be simply number of boxes minus one. And finally, the 7 in the denominator, this will be numerator. The 7 in the numerator will be simply the sum of 5 and 2. So if you try to generalize, so if you have n identical items to be distributed into r boxes, so first of all, you will have an n factorial in the denominator because of the number of items. And you will have r minus 1 partitions in between the r boxes. So that will indicate r minus 1 factorial. So that these two will be in the denominator. And in the numerator, we will have the sum of n and r minus 1 factorial. So n plus r minus 1 factorial. So what we'll have is n plus r minus 1 factorial by n factorial r minus 1 factorial. Now, if you try to relate this, if you remember the NCR formula, this is what happens in NCR, right? So one part is r, another part is n minus r. So this is what is happening here. So we can indicate this n plus r minus 1 factorial by n factorial into r minus 1 factorial as either n plus r minus 1 c n, or we can indicate this as n plus r minus 1 c r minus 1. And this is the formula of stars and bars. So whenever we have to distribute n identical items into r boxes, the number of ways to do that would be given by n plus r minus 1 c r minus 1. So I hope all of you have enjoyed the video. If you have, then share it among your friends. Do like and subscribe to our channel. Click on the bell icon. And if you want a progressive understanding of these concepts in a very structured manner, then you can join our comprehensive course as well. It is structured in a way that you don't have to mug up theorems and formulas. It's explained in the same way that we have done in this particular video. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you and have a great CAT preparation.